Alright, so I've been gone for a while. Me and my wife, we just got married. We had a honeymoon, went to North Carolina. I was going to do a little video there, but again, I lost my footage with my iCloud, but I updated my iCloud. Everything's all good, so I have memory and all that stuff now. I also didn't want to just like keep uploading things like, oh, I'm going to be getting this, I'm going to be getting this, but it's pretty much in the works. It's not set when, but I have a Crown Vic. Dude wants to trade RX-7 for his Crown Vic. Has the 4.6 in and everything. It just doesn't run. Needs like a fuel pump or ECU or something simple like that. I'm debating on fixing that and running that 4.6 out till it blows, and then in that time frame while I'm still driving it daily up to 5.3, go through that, make sure it's all good, and then once the 4.6 is blown, I can swap in the 5.3, or just go ahead to straight pull the 4.6 out, sell it, and whatever money I get from that, use that as a rebuild it, put it together and get everything put together. The only thing I really honestly need are, let's see, now I have all these used parts. I'm debating on using them. I'm not 100% sure, but I was thinking about getting newer valve springs, semi valve springs, like some, they were PacSun 1218s. I looked up PacSun 1218s, pops up the TrickFlow series ones, and I don't know if those are the same things, but I might just get those ones. And then the Stage 2 sloppy cam, I don't know exactly which one I'm going to go with. I'm still going to do a little bit of research, but I might do the same one that Taylor Ray went with. Not a bad option. Besides that, I just need a fuel rail, fuel injectors, like little things like the alternator, power steering, wiring loom, like shit like that, like the ECU, shit like that. I'm going to go ahead and, the wiring and the ECU and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and use a stock ECU, what Sloppy Mechanics does, and then just go from there, so then I could self-tune it and pretty much just hit him up, have him put like a little basic tune on it, and then just go from there, or do whatever. Because not a lot of people near me tune V8. A lot of people that are like good, reputable tuners are import 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder type deal. They don't mess with LS, V8, like swap kind of stuff really. So I wouldn't want to go to them and they mess something up and it be under them. I understand that. So I have a Crown Vic, or I don't have, but in the works there's a Crown Vic coming up for a trade. It's just past, like, month or so, we've been, things would come up, something on his end, something on my end, where we couldn't be able to swap tow it. All good though. I got a Crown Vic in the way, bad condition at all. It needs door cards, some interior stuff like possibly new carpet, needs back seats, and it will need a new front bumper because whenever he towed it, I guess they got messed up within tow. Not bad, but it's just like a little ding. But besides that, it's perfectly fine. Well, aside from the fuel pump or ECU issue, mainly I've just been doing, since like all my car stuff's on hold, like I'm not doing the RX-7 build. Like I tore apart the 5.3, gave the pistons to Robbie. Oh, I deleted all the video too, actually. I did work on the Accord. It didn't fix that little startup issue it has. It's like a random startup. It'll like be misfiring until you give it some gas or something. I was talking to Josh. He thinks it could possibly be my IAC. So I'm going to check that whenever it's not like pouring, because all day today it was just raining. So I don't know. Saturday I'm supposed to be going hunting, so possibly Saturday night, Sunday night, I'll check it out, see if that's the issue. But I went ahead and rebuilt the distributor pretty much. I put all new gaskets on it. It already had a new cap, had the new diaphragm rotor piece inside. I put new valve cover gaskets. Now, I went off Rock Auto and got the valve cover gaskets, and the little grommets where the valve cover screws go, they weren't the right size for mine. I don't know if anybody else had that issue, but I would just be careful doing that. Just be wary, you might have to buy different grommets if you get from Rock Auto. Besides that, I've never had any issues from them recently. I've heard there's been issues with their parts faulting and stuff, but my brother's gotten a throttle body, an ST throttle body from them for his Focus, and it's been good, and a starter, and it's good, so I don't know. He also got coil packs and valve cover gaskets for that as well, and it's been doing good, holding up. Same thing with the Accord. I got NGK spark plugs, all the gaskets and all that's been running pretty good. Aside from the little spark, not spark, but the little misfire issue in the beginning, now it's running a little bit stronger and stuff than what it was, but you know, old Honda life. I do plan to try to trade that off and get a truck, because I would like to have a truck, and was thinking about doing a truck build. I don't know about that. Maybe. I don't know. I have too many build ideas. Yeah, with the Accord, it just deleted all this stuff on it, so I couldn't show you. But also, right up here, now all this is just bearings and stuff. Now, I'm just gonna look up some reviews on these. I got these free, so I'm gonna look up some reviews, see how these do. But it's better than none, and you know, part of a budget. So my goal with the LS is to do under 10 grand, because literally every person that talks about doing an LS swap, they literally say you have to spend 10 grand or something near that to swap it, to get an LS swapped into any kind of chassis. I don't think that's true. I don't think even buying the car that's true at all. I mean, I'll keep an eye on the budget, but so far, I spent $1,000 on a Civic. It was a good running Civic, single cam. I was gonna build that at first. It was a 97 Civic Coupe. I was gonna throw like a B18 LS into it, and then my son ended up ripping up the title. I tried to hit up the original dude for the title. He didn't want to hit me back up. He just left me on red the entire time, so I considered it a loss. So I pretty much just ripped everything off that freaking car, scrapped the frame, then parted it out. The motor, I traded the full running swap, transmission, the motor, harness, ECU, all that stuff, for the LS, for the 5.3 with the heads, the pistons, the crank, everything in it, you know. It just had service rust and everything. I just needed the intake, the mount, or it has mounts on it too, the clam mounts. I just needed to put it in a car, or clean it up, put it in a car, put the transmission to it, and it's a good running swap. But, and then transmission I got for $150. Now, I did get that for a deal, but it is a 4L60E. It's not fully built, but it's built with HD2 shift kit, hardened input-output shaft, or upgraded input-output shaft, upgraded hardened sun shell gear, you know, stuff like that. So I got that. Was originally going to cost me about $400. So and the RX-7 cost me $300. So I was going to sell the full, like basically how I calculated, I'm selling the full swap, the full Honda swap for $300. So I traded that for the LS motor, so that's $300. The RX-7 shell for $300, that's $600 in right there. $150 for the transmission, so that's $750 right there. So I'm not even a grand into the whole build, and I was already pretty close to it. All I needed to do was make my own mounts, get a radiator, get the drive shaft, get a fuel cell, get a wiring harness, ECU, get injectors, a fuel rail, put it all together myself, and, you know, try to get it running, every little quirks here and there, try to get it going out. But I don't think it would have been anywhere near 10 grand at all. Now with the Crown Vic, it should be a little bit better, because the mounts, they don't have to be as custom, certain things don't have to be as custom as what they would be on the RX-7. The RX-7 I was going to do tube front. It wouldn't have really cost me that much, but still the time, the labor to do all that kind of stuff. If it were to be like an actual person to go, like, let's say it yourself, you're going to go get it done, how much somebody would charge usually, I was going to see, you know, what a local person would charge to averagely do like a tube front or something. I know a couple people, one dude that was originally going to buy the RX-7, he does custom fab work and everything. That's pretty much it. I don't mean to ramble on, not really show much. It's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, dark out, so there's not really much to film. Keep an eye out. Get done with this build eventually. Just this whole entire thing, it's more than just a build and building cars and stuff like that. It's a lot of things that I planned for this. So, well, that's pretty much it. Y'all see eventually. Oh, that's another thing. Also, I have, sorry to get sidetracked, I have somebody that's gonna check over my crank, make sure it's still good and I can use that. And I heard a rumor that he possibly might have some 4.8 pistons sitting around at his shop, you know, buy from him. Might have new 4.8 pistons and a good, not new, but I might have 4.8 pistons and then a good crank, polished and balanced and all that stuff. Now, with the only difference with the like the 5.3 and the 4.8 is the crank and the pistons. The 5.3 pistons, like for those that don't know, the 5.3 pistons at that little like dish, there's like a little kind of dish thingy, and 4.8 are completely flat. So whenever you do the 4.8 pistons into a 5.3, it raises like the compression just a little bit, but it's just, you know, free horsepower, I guess. I don't know. Trying to make a LS build under $10,000 daily. Like dailyable and fast. Doesn't have to be super fast. I'm literally just trying to hit like 10s or 9s with it. Not even. Like, I'd be happy to hit a freaking 12 or 11. I'd be stoked to hit that. So, anything better than that would be awesome. The goal is 600-700 horsepower like always. Not with a serious build or nothing. You know, just springs and cams and a turbo. It might sound like not a possible thing, but I mean, we'll see. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching the video. If you liked it, subscribe, and if you want to keep watching, keep up with the builds and everything. You have a good night, and thank you guys for watching.